of closures due to the coronavirus, and it was no different for our court system. Different states have different plans in place to resume those court operations, but there are no set dates to resume full operations.
Right. So does that mean that if you have a case pending or if you want to bring a case to court, what happens to that? Well, to explain, we are joined by attorney Leonard Lundy from LundyLaw. So good morning to you, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning.
So let's go ahead and just jump right on in it. So aside from closing courtrooms, how else has the pandemic impacted cases in our area?
Well, all the law firms basically were closed for several months. We're all beginning to open right now. Most of the law firms are remote. We've been remote for all 3 months. Cases are proceeding, new cases are coming in, cases are being resolved, but obviously at a slower pace.
So Leonard, what should we do if we have an active case right now? What's the first thing we should do?
The first thing you should do is call your lawyer.
Okay.
Your lawyer will be able to take your call and tell you the current state of your case, what's going to happen, and to the best of his ability or her ability, predict where the case is going to go and how long it will take.
Okay, but what if you want to open a new case? What do you do about that?
Our law firm, and I assume most other law firms, are opening new cases. We've been opening cases remotely, virtually, through Zoom and Skype, I think for probably 2 years. So this was just a step up, and I would assume most other law firms are learning to do it or have been doing it as well. So we are taking new cases. Most law firms are taking new cases and glad to talk to people.
I'm glad you mentioned that about the 2 years, because obviously this is probably something that we're going to see a lot more of as we move forward because of the pandemic. So what if we have an emergency case? Is it the same thing? Contact our lawyers and or our particular company that we work with?
That's right. So I think if you have an emergency, you should contact a lawyer, of course, or contact your lawyer. The courts are open for emergency proceedings, family court, child abuse cases, regular abuse cases, and of course criminal courts are remaining open, but at a much slower, much more difficult pace, but they are handling those type of matters.
Mm-hmm. So I'm glad you're able to explain some of that, because a lot of people were wondering, where do they go? How can they get help?
Sure.
So where can we find more information?
So you can go on, obviously, all the law firms have websites that are very informative. In the case of LundyLaw, you can call us. We answer questions every day, having a myriad of different topics. Most lawyers are available, law firms are available. The Philadelphia Bar Association, the Philadelphia Trial Lawyers Association, all these organizations are standing by to provide information to the public. It's a different time. We don't expect the courts to open for months, although I did hear a court in Western Pennsylvania is going to try having a jury trial in the next 2 or 3 weeks, which is very encouraging. But generally speaking, it's going to be a while before the courts are fully operational.
Well, Leonard, very good information. The court system can be intimidating anyway if you take away the pandemic. So now, even given what we're dealing with, it can be certainly overwhelming for a lot of folks. So thank you for your time, and thank you for the words. We appreciate it. Get some help if you need to be in the courts anytime soon. So, all right, thanks, Leonard.
Thank you.
Help.